Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Captain?
Why do you want to charter a ship for a simple
There is nothing...
Will there be danger? And it...
Well, of course! That...
Here is the map you wanted.
Excellent news! I must admit that I didn't think you'd actually do it. The map is important to the whole venture.
And now you will charter our ship.
Well, I'm still unsure about chartering a ship that belongs to a woman.
The ship actually belongs to my father, Captain Alessandro Castillo.
Why didn't you say so to begin with? Your father has a fine reputation, and I'll happily charter his ship.
So, what is the nature of this charter?
We are to embark on a quest to find the legendary golden turtle, for which I will pay handsomely.
Thank you. My father will be pleased. I shall meet you at the ship shortly.
Excuse me, senorita.
Yes, Tesco?
Forgive me, but I overheard you say you were Alessandro's daughter.
Is that important?
Oh, yes. I have news of Uncle Eduardo.
What? Tell me more, quickly!
Uncle Eduardo was recently seen on Crab Island.
If this is a joke, you won't live to regret telling it.
It's true, I swear. Crab Island!
After all these years, it seems I have the chance to find him again. I've got some good news, Father.
Excellent. I knew you'd make me proud.
I found 2 new crew members, and they reported to Diego.
Yes, I saw them. I hope they perform better than they look.
I think it would be impossible not to.
Although you have done well, I wanted you to find me 3 men.
I'm working on recruiting the 3rd one.
The task will not be complete until you do.
I found a wealthy merchant who wants to charter the ship. Thomas Briscoe.
Ah yes, I have heard of him. What cargo does he want us to transport?
There is no cargo. Briscoe wants to charter the ship to search for the golden turtle.
Morgay, no. This will be a fool's errand. Men have been chasing that fantasy forever.
But if his money's good,
I could still become a laughing stock.
That will never happen, Captain.
I have some great news, Papa. Uncle Eduardo may still be alive.
It will just be another rumor. Pay no attention.
The landlord of the inn told me himself.
An innkeeper's fancy. I have been hearing such tales since he was first lost at sea. Don't get your hopes up over nothing.
But... Yes, Father.
I'm a little disappointed, Morgaine.
Why, Papa? You gave me the responsibility, and I did what I thought was best.
For a start, you should never take notice of idle gossip. But the job you found for us...
I said it was a mistake, Captain.
Chasing around the seas with a crazy merchant is a stupid idea.
I may be a little crazy, but anyone who sails the seas has to be that way. My wife, of course, thinks I'm completely crazy, but I like to think of myself as eccentric.
You, I take it, are Thomas Briscoe.
And I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, Captain Castillo. My fine children are now in a position to run my business, and I have time to spare for this quest.
And the gold?
It's a down payment to show that my intentions are of the highest order. The golden turtle is real, and when we find it together, we shall become famous.
Morgaine, I'm sorry for being so harsh. This may well be a profitable trip after all.
Thank you, Papa.
Excellent. When do we set sail?
On the next tide. Morgaine, you found this charter, so I'm going to let you continue as acting captain.
Oh, Papa! I won't let you down.
That's not wise, Captain.
Diego, have a little faith, will you? Now, ready the ship for the journey.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Senior Briscoe.
Yes, Captain?
What is the first course of action in our quest?
That is why we needed the map. I'm sure that clues to the whereabouts of the Golden Turtle will be found on Hollow Island.
What's the name on the top of the map?
Bucklebury Tanner is the man who drew up the map.
Why is the navigation line between the two islands so twisty? No sailor would take a ship along a course like that.
I have no idea why it would be that way. I may be a seafaring merchant, but I'm no navigator.
What connection do you think there is on Hollow Island?
That is what we must find out. This will be a voyage of discovery for all of us.
Do you know anything about this man, Tanner?
I managed to find out a little. He used to be a great explorer, apparently, and he once lived on Crab Island.
That's it?
I said it was a little information.
Are you sure you're not wasting your money? Crab Island. That's on the way to Hollow Island.
What of it?
We should stop off there first. We should find out as much as we can about Tanner.
I'm sure that's completely unnecessary. I'm sure that Hollow Island has the answers we need.
Of course, it's your time and money, but we know so little about what we're looking for. As a businessman, I'm sure you'd want to know everything you could before making a deal.
You're absolutely right. I was being too hasty. It does make more sense to visit Crab Island first. You have a fine daughter, Castillo.
Thank you, Senor Briscoe. Now we've settled our destination. If you find Diego, he'll show you your cabin. I have a feeling that Uncle Eduardo was supposed to have been sighted on Crab Island.
I'm sure I should attend to my captain duties.
I'm not stupid, Morgaine. If I find that you're searching for Uncle Eduardo at the expense of Briscoe's quest, I'll be angry.
Yes, Papa.
Now, go and captain the ship and make me a proud father.
Status report! All stations! Where do you want to go? Let's sail away. Razzo?
Yes, Capitan.
You do know that I'm only acting captain.
Of course. But it doesn't matter. Protocols got to be observed.
Do you have any idea where we should begin?
It's the middle of the night. We ain't got many options. If you ask me, we should wait till morning.
Tell me what you did before joining our crew, Razzo.
Ain't not a lot to tell, man. I work a lot of cargo ships since I was a boy. It's all I know. I'm pretty good in the rigging, me being small like.
Is this your first pirate ship?
Aye, Capitan. And I ain't no cutthroat, me.
I know you're friends with Carlo, but was I wise to take him on?
He ain't no beauty, that's for sure. And he's pretty dumb. But he'll work all day, he will. Whatever you think of us, we will never let you down, Capitan.
What a dumb-looking blonde. I don't know what it is, but I have a complete aversion to those with more beauty than brains. Even Carlo doesn't fall into that category. Good evening. I'm Captain Morgaine from the Winsome Maid.
Sonia Bond! Yeah, that's it. I know it's dark, and maybe I shouldn't say so, but you look an awful lot like a woman.
That's because I am a woman, fool.
I don't understand. How does a stupid woman get to be a captain?
can we just ask you some questions?
Of course. Say, are you a woman too? If you are, you sure are ugly.
Just answer our questions. I'm looking for information about a man called Tanner.
Sorry, what was that? I drifted away for a moment.
Do you know anything about Tanner?
Do I look like I'm rich? I have no money at all.
What?
Tanner is slang for sixpence. She don't know nothing.
Do you know anything about Uncle Eduardo?
Did you ever meet my Uncle Tremaine? He's a great guy. He once bought me a whole new wardrobe for the summer season. But I don't know why. I didn't have any new clothes to put in it.
Uncle Eduardo?
I heard that he was fond of inns. Why not try asking him there?
Why are you standing around the dockside late at night?
My father sent me here for a long stand. I've been here ages, and I've not found one yet.
Tell your father that he'll find one in the place he keeps his elbow grease.
Wow, you're so helpful.
I can't see anything. The nearby lamp hasn't been lit.
Good evening, miss.
Captain, if you will.
It's getting very late. We're going to be closing soon.
I hope my business doesn't take too long then. She looks like a no-nonsense type of woman. Hello, my name's Morgaine.
Good evening, and welcome to the Buckleberry. I'm Anita, the owner.
Why is the inn called the Buckleberry?
It's named after Buckleberry Tanner.
Have you been here long?
More than 20 years, but I've been running it on my own for the past 6.
Your husband died?
Ran away. He accidentally killed a guard captain, but the guards said it was murder.
What can you tell me about Buckleberry Tanner?
He was a great explorer who settled on Crab Island before my time. He was buried over in the graveyard of the ancients.
Tell me more.
He must have been highly thought of because a memorial statue was erected over the grave.
Can you tell me where the graveyard is?
I'm useless with directions, honey. If you had a map of the island, I could show you where it is.
I'll try to find one. I heard that Uncle Eduardo was seen on this island.
He stayed right here in the inn for weeks.
How long ago was he here?
He only left in the last couple of days, but I don't know exactly when. I see Captain was in here looking for him about the same time. Short, mean-looking guy.
This is great news. Thank you.
Excuse me for saying, darling, but you look familiar. Who are you?
I told you. Morgaine. Morgaine Castillo.
Ah, that makes sense. You must be Alessandro's daughter.
You know my father.
I knew him many years ago, before he got married. Tell him there'll be a warm welcome here anytime he cares to drop in.
I'm sure he wouldn't be interested.